Why on the bend? We're both grounded. Mum and Dad are both pushing off now. It's so shallow as well. Welcome back everybody to the channel. Dad's there. I'm trying to block the camera from getting drizzle, and it's drizzling at the moment. Today we're cruising through Banbury because yesterday, of course, went and got Grandad's car, didn't we?
Yeah, but Nan's got bronchitis. She's not very well, so we're gonna take it down in a day tomorrow because when Mum gets that, she's not really very well at all. She don't, we just drop it down in a day and bring it and come back.
So I've got insurance for 2 days.
Yeah, I've only got insurance till 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, so which cost about 40 quid, which it sounds a lot of money because it's only for 2 days, but at least you could do this sort of thing, go and get a car and pick it up.
You could shop around and maybe get it for 20, 30 quid.
No, but the guy,
at the time, did you?
The guy that we bought it off of, he said Aviva's really good because it's a big company, so we went with them, didn't we, Josh?
Yeah. But the car's ahead at Croppedy, so we're going to cruise Croppedy today. And when we drive down to Grandad's, we can pick up the Audi, which is here. Yeah, it's supposed to be no chance of rain today, but it's drizzling. As you usually find out with the British weather, it's never really accurate.
Never right, is it?
It's supposed to be sunshine and clouds. Hopefully later on.
There's a bit of blue up there.
Yeah, I woke up, the sun was out this morning. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
To get the wet weather coat. We don't like cruising in the rain, but it's a necessity today, isn't it?
So we've got to get up north because Dad's got a job.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about your job?
Oh yeah, it's just weekend chef working in a pub.
Oh my god, that's getting heavy.
Called The Plough, so
in Shinful near Shelford.
It shouldn't affect our
cruising and
that, so that'd be ideal. Yeah,
covered in water. Yeah, we better get going.
Yeah, because it's raining. I've got to get my wet weather coat on.
I've got wet weather everything on, even my bottoms.
It's quite a narrow section through here, and it can catch the wind because it's quite open, and it's a very windy day today, so sometimes you have to go a little bit above tickover just to get past the boats, because it's better to go a little bit faster than be pushed into other people's boats. When they were building the Oxford Canal and they reached Banbury, they ran out of money for about 10 years, and eventually they managed to get enough money to build it all the way down to Oxford. But they had to build it a lot cheaper, hence these lift bridges. It was a lot easier to build a lift bridge than it was a brick bridge, and a lot cheaper too. And there's quite a lot of them, but luckily they're mostly left open. We could tell that this lock was on our side, there's no water leaking out, so me and Mum just had to hop off, and there's no need for Dad to tie up really. This was the first new lock that the Oxford Canal Company built south of Banbury, and it's designed slightly different. Instead of having one top gate, which is just one gate by itself, it has two instead of two bottom little gates. This was done to save money, but I think it's a much better design anyway. This is Grant's Lock Cottage, and it was built in 1794. Possibly the lockkeeper who lived in it was named Grant, and that's where the name came from. There's some extremely interesting history about Grant's Lock online, so if you just search Grant's Lock, you'll come across it. Really interesting about the whole history of it. The second floor of the cottage was added in 1914, and the workmen left a teapot with a note at the top saying that they could see the train taking the soldiers to war.
Cool. The weir goes underneath the house.
The sad history of this cottage ends in lockdown 2020. Got a bunch of lads broke into the cottage and started a fire, but despite the local authorities' efforts to try and stop the fire, they couldn't. There's quite an interesting but tragic story I found online about this lock. On the 20th of November 1824, a mason from King Sutton and his wife Anne were returning home from Banbury Market along the towpath when George fell in and slipped into the canal near Grant's Lock. His wife jumped in to help him. She too was also close to death, but her screams brought an unnamed man, probably the lockkeeper, and she was saved, but unfortunately George was already dead. Going under the M40 now, but it's on quite a tight bend, so I think a blast of the horn will suffice.
The trouble is, it's turning when you get out. We haven't got a lot of room to turn. It was like a foot below last time, but now it's on the towpath.
It's just beautiful when the sun lights up the autumn colours. It's really lovely. And that's the problem with lift bridges, they need replacing. So God knows how many times it's been replaced in the over 200 years since the canal was built.
I knew that one.
On the canals, it's widely adopted that whoever reaches the bridge first gets to go through. Because we had to pull over to the right, we weren't really aligned to go underneath the lift bridge very well. The little blast of reverse does the job though. Another new housing estate. Don't they stick out like sore thumbs though? Give us some time for the bricks to age and I'm sure they'll look a bit better. The towpath used to be a lot wider, and due to boats going by over the last 200 years, it's slowly been washed away, and now the CRT need to repair it.
Looks like they're doing some bank repairs, yeah.
There's a line of quite pleasant private mooring here just as you get into Banbury. But a bit closer to Banbury, there's plenty of Armco mooring, and it's 2 weeks here. But what's nice about it is it's surrounded by trees, but on the left side of the trees is a suburb and the right side is an industrial estate.
Oh, here we go. As Will says, you know which shops are around? Yeah, cut of the towpath. Hello. Hi. God, what happens to that beaver? Jeez.
What's left of that?
The rust as well.
Quite a lot of these old lift bridges have outlived their purpose and nothing's left to them but the brickwork each side.
God, flat tyres. Phone, fix and vape. Yeah, it's windy very. So, stopped off at Banbury Facilities Point. Rubbish right here. Need a key for all this, there's an outside. And there's two water points. There's also a water point above the lock, but I think this one's probably better. And the rubbish is here, so we don't have to walk with the rubbish. There's a boat behind us. Probably take the lock before us, but not really a problem, we're not in a rush. I think the water point's quite fast anyway.
And as you get to Banbury Lock, it goes back to, you know, your usual narrow lock, which has two little bottom gates, because this is where the Oxford Canal Company managed to get to before they ran out of money. And then the canal south of this was built 10 years later.
Boat just coming through this lift bridge now.
This is the only lift bridge that you have to do in this area. Olive tends to kick out at the front towards the left when you put it in reverse, so we almost ended up hitting the boats on the other side because it is very narrow through here. We had to go a little slightly bit above tick over here because it's so narrow and the wind's blowing us on the side. We're not going fast enough to combat the wind. This is Sovereign Wharf. It does pump out water, diesel and gas, but it's only open on Fridays, and there's a little chandlery in there. This is one of the CRT's selected areas for winter mooring, which runs from the 1st of November until the 1st of February, and it's where the mentally sane continuous cruisers moor up for the winter, because winter on the canal system can be quite tough, and but we love it. You don't really get any benefits that you would otherwise have if you just moored up for somewhere for 2 weeks. It's just so you can stay there without getting told off by the CRT.
Stuck in traffic, guys. And here we are going faster than them. Looking out.
Near the M6, weren't we?
Yeah.
And we were going. That's
Past
why
the
Luke was going up to Lake
Scotland.
District or something,
Yeah.
wasn't he, of Scotland?
He was in that traffic.
Yeah. Lovely. See you later, nice meeting you.
There's a guy with the boat. I think he lives on the boat outside the house. But Mum asked, "Is that you on the outside of the house?" He said, "No. That's the guy who used to live there. They lived there for 40 years, and unfortunately, the guy in the picture died about 2 years ago."
Yeah, the lady's still there though.
That maybe explains why the photo's on the outside.
Yeah, she
In memoriam.
waved. Yeah,
Yeah.
in memory of him.
Yeah, because they lived there 40 years.
Yeah, 42 years. But she was in there. She waved to me, the lady. I thought he just moors his boat there, doesn't he?
Yeah. God have heavenly mercy. What is that? What used to be there?
What's coming down?
Maybe something industrial with the canals. Right. This is a lot, isn't it? All that wood.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Shame it's just going to rot there.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Nice, isn't it? Like that.
Yeah, they're so easy, these ones. I don't know why, but this whole area smells of coffee, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think it did last time, didn't it?
All the way from like just past Grimsby Wharf, it just stinks of coffee.
Have a let us know if there's some sort of factory around.
Yeah, one of these factories probably coffee. Rocks on our side, beautiful.
and yet again on a bend that almost mirrors the last bend that took us underneath the M40. And unfortunately the continuous horrid roaring of the motorway plagues this canal.
So we've got a boat coming down, which should be on our side. A minute, that should be good. It'd be so nice to get a hold of this and do it up. I'm talking once we've done the whole network. And have your boat moored somewhere. Only got one paddle this one.
And we're finally back in glorious countryside after we escape the hustle and bustle of Banbury. It's turning out to be quite the glorious autumn day.
Section of the Oxford this is.
Very shallow. Feel alright.
Why on the bend? That's lucky it's quite wide. We're both grounded. We're both grounded. Don't knock that antenna off again. We managed to get off of our barge pole. They're getting off. It's just bad timing, and it's very shallow for this.
That's always us, isn't it?
Looks like we caught up with the boat in front of us, unfortunately. This is the last lock anyway.
Loads of ducks, and I've run out of bread.
They're in a little beach there.
Yeah.
full, isn't it? The other boats come the other way, so it will be on our side. Let's see, come through. Sat with the ducks. Is he there? It's windy. How we get the windy it gets.
This is Sunday.
You have to be careful not to cut the corner here because it is extremely shallow on that and you will get grounded like we did.
I remember we were moored here and people kept getting grounded.
Yeah, we're getting it done now.
In this
Right,
spot.
we're coming out.
Oh, that's perfect actually.
And this is where we've been mooring up on this piece of Armco here. Just at the next bridge there's a footpath that takes you over into the field and takes you to a little road where the old mill is at Property, and that's where the car is parked. But an extremely strong wind hit us on the left side which pushed us into the Armco. But these people were just leaving after having their lunch and they couldn't get off because it was pushing them back on the Armco.
Very good timing, guys. Just got here. And the boat just taken off. I think they're stuck to the Armco.
Really, I wouldn't want to go into that marina today anyway. With the wind.
Yeah, they're stuck to the Armco because of the wind. We're going to drag it right back to the back of the Armco. More up here. Lovely spot just before Property. They're trying to push them off. It's so windy. Got 30-mile-an-hour wind today, guys. Mum and Dad are both pushing off now. It's so shallow as well. We just came through, see where I am, Slat Mill Lock. And when we got there, there's a boat waiting to go up because all of a sudden it got really, really busy.
Yeah.
Had a boat come around the corner and then we both got grounded. As you
Oh
saw.
crikey, yeah, we both got grounded. It was quite funny.
It was a laugh.
They were a really nice couple.
Everybody laughed at the situation.
Yeah.
And then the boat came down, so Mum helped them through. And we came up, and then another boat came from behind us.
It's been quite busy. The weather's been nice. I'll tell you what, we left you when it was drizzling, but it's been lovely, hasn't it, John?
We just had a tiny
Sun's
little
come
bit
out.
of drizzle then.
Yeah, little shower coming.
Yeah. We're at Keynes Bridge here, which is
Well, that's
number
a cool
155. And there's a public footpath over that bridge. It takes you into that field, and it takes us to School Lane, which is where the Mercedes is parked. We can drive the Mercedes back, get the Audi, and head down to Southampton to drop it off for
Yeah,
Grandad.
drop it off to Grandad tomorrow, we
That
will.
was a lovely car, isn't it?
Oh, God, I
Yeah,
can't
he's
wait
gonna
to
love
see
it.
his face.
Yeah.
Hopefully Josh will record it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So you got to see Grandad's face.
Yeah.
When he sees it.
I think he'll love it.
Yeah. But yeah, we're moored here because there's a bit of Armco here. Then we got here, and then there's a boat right in the middle of the Armco, and
You're just leaving.
yeah, just leaving, which was absolutely brilliant.
The
They
cat's
must have
a
come out
lovely
of Property
spot.
because I got their grandson with them, and they were having lunch here, I reckon.
Yeah.
But Mum and Dad had to help them off, as you saw, because
But Dad tried,
the
and
wind
then
is
I had
about
to go
30,
and try.
35 miles
You've
per
got the
hour.
wind
Yeah.
and it's mud all the way along this Armco here. So it's very shallow.
Yeah.
And we thought they were mooring up again because this boat that's just gone past was right in the middle, so it sort of pushed him out the way.
They
So
ended up on the offside this time.
Their bow thruster wasn't even working.
no, it's only about a 45-foot boat, and it's got a
Reminded me
bow
of that time when we got stuck against the Armco on the Elangollen, remember that? About 35-mile winds.
Oh god,
A lot of
yeah.
boats built with bow thrusters now, but I'd sooner not have one, but that's my option.
And we were going along the Armco on there. We couldn't get off of it.
Sometimes, yes, you could do with a bow thruster, but I just wouldn't want all the extra stress that comes involved with it. So
I tell you what, it wasn't. To be honest, it wasn't like this when we started. It wasn't this windy when we
no,
started.
it wasn't. It's picked right up.
I think the ISO bars are very close together.
Yeah.
We're in an
at the
open
moment.
area. It's beautiful here. Look at this.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning.
Absolutely, really nice on the eyes.
Yeah. Beautiful cruise.
Good for
bird
solar as
feeder
well.
A lovely time.
Yeah, so Friday.
And no walking back.
No.
No.
It's good.
Just because we can go further and walk back if you. Oh, no, not.
Grandad
not
didn't
this
even
wind.
mind, did he? When you said, "Oh, I'm going to use your car, Dad."
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right, okay.
Well, we're doing 7 miles, and it's a bit. I don't mind 4 to 5 miles walking, but
But it's you got to go
That's
through
enough.
Banbury as well.
yeah.
You know, and it's busy
So it's
through
nice.
there.
We haven't had to do that. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
Thanks, Pete.
Okay, thanks for watching. Please
Thanks.
like, subscribe, stay tuned for more.
Yeah.
Next time we'll be doing
They
about
should be called
11
friends, not
locks.
subscribers, shouldn't they?
Yes.
They're more friends than they are subscribers with us. So.
Oh god, cringe.
Cringe.
Yeah, heading through Claydon flight, 11 locks next time, so it's going to be, it's only about 4 mile cruise, but 11 locks. We're going to stop off at Cropperty, hopefully it's not going to be this windy, so we can get pump out.
Oh, we won't want to be going in there today in this wind.
No. Okay, so see you next time.